Hi, welcome to the Real Slim Katie channel. I'm Katie, and I wanted to talk about gratitude today. In the past, I've never sat down around Thanksgiving time and actually thought about or made a list for what I was grateful for. I understand that's the meaning of the season, but I've never actually done it. And then, this year, especially with, the new reality COVID has brought us, I thought it would be especially important since I find myself at oftentimes focusing too much on what I don't have. And I know that gratitude can go a long way, especially in shaping in how I view reality, and which shapes my reality. So, but before I get into what I am grateful for, I wanted to talk about also how in the past, when I was going through addiction, it was impossible for me to be grateful. Nearly everything I did was incredibly self-serving on some level, and I was always a victim as well. So I felt I had justification for the way I thought about things. I had justification for what I was doing, for the substances I was abusing, and for the way I was acting, because I was a victim. I was I was an addict, and I had been diagnosed as such. And I was always telling myself, well, at least I'm not as bad as so and so, or at least I'm not doing this substance, or always trying to justify why it was okay that I was acting the way I was. And when you're in that kind of headspace, it's impossible to be grateful for things, because you're always seeking. You're always seeking that higher master, which is that addiction. So now that the fog of addiction and subsequent self-loathing has lifted, I've found that there's actually a lot I have to be grateful for. Many things. I'm grateful for my fiance and my partner, Paul, who has been there for me and helped bring me out of addiction, and maintain a healthier lifestyle, and just get back to be the kind of person I wanted to be, on the inside and outside. So I'm grateful for my health as well. I'm grateful for my kids' health. I'm grateful that I'm present in their lives now. And what I mean is, I'm not sure how many watching this have gone through addiction, or know someone who's really been in it, I would say. But there's been a total of about 6 years of my kids' lives that I don't remember. I was severely addicted to opioids, Percocet and morphine, and during those 2 to 3 year span, I don't remember a lot, and I have a lot of regrets around this. I want to go back in time. I want to be able to see my babies' faces, and remember what it was like to hold them and love them. But I squandered it. I wasted it. I wasted that time on substance abuse, and that's time I can never get back. And I thought I'd learned my lesson, but evidently I didn't. And I lost probably another 3 years with alcohol and whatever else I could get my hands on at the time. I think to them I was there, like physically. I know that they know that I struggled a lot with various things. But I mean, my youngest is not even 11 yet, and that's 6 years. That's over half his life that I was there, but I wasn't really there. And if I let myself think about these things too much, I literally don't sleep at night. To know that there's pictures that you don't remember being in, you don't remember vacations or camping trips, these things that were supposed to be joyful or great with your children and your family at the time. There's so many blank spots in my memory. There's so much I don't recall. The only way I can get past the guilt and regret I have from those times is to promise myself that I'll never be like that again, to always be present for my kids, to always, watch out for those triggers. And that's another thing I'm grateful for, that I've been able to identify what will set me off, what will make me want to use something or seek something that is unhealthy for me at the time. I'm grateful. It may sound crazy, but I'm grateful that I got a DUI. I don't know what would have stopped me. Might have been nothing. I feel like I was that far gone at that time. There were some people that helped me during my life. During that time, I was getting evicted from my housing, and I couldn't afford it anymore because I didn't have a job. And a man with 3 sons said that I could live in this spare room in his house, and then my kids would live there on the days that I had them. And I barely paid him anything, and I probably wasn't a very good roommate, tenant person either at the time, because I was still drinking a lot and just not being my best self, really. It got to a point where I was, asked to leave. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was going to be homeless. I put an ad on Craigslist, and someone responded. A woman responded who lived in this big house by herself because she had plans for her family to move in with her, and then they didn't. And she let me and my sons move in with her at a pretty low rate for the place that it was. And these are just 2 examples, but these are the kinds of things that if those people weren't there in my life, I don't know what I would have done. I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't be here today talking to you. Something would have happened. There wasn't a safety net for me. I had already pushed everyone in my life away so far that there wasn't a lot of people left to help me at that point. So my message to you today is that regardless of where you are, most likely there's something to be grateful for. I'm not going to say always, because I don't like to deal in absolutes, because very rarely are things black or white. Thank you for tuning in. I hope everyone has a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And as always, have an inspired day.